Hello, my friends. Welcome back to Weekly Options. Welcome back to the channel. Well, today was a day when I got put into the penalty box. I was trading a little bit in the morning, and then I had some duties to perform in the afternoon, and I had to withdraw from the trading day early. Hence, my profit today is only $3,791.37. And I did this by winning on two trades, and we'll just quickly look at those. I had my put options that I got $1,567. Okay, that's not bad. And then I had some SPY put options, and that yield a gain of $2,224.17. And I was right on the framework for these puts as we talked about yesterday, but due to the fact that duty called and I had to step away from my computer for the rest of the day, I actually had to close these out before they really started to pay a lot of good money, which would have happened if I would have been able to stay in these all day. But because I couldn't stay close to my monitor and monitor the situation, I had to close these out early. But as you can see, the market, SPX, came in quite a bit as I was suspecting that it would over the past couple days. Well, let's get right to the action, and I'll take you through the trading day briefly and show you how it happened. Hello, my friends. Welcome back to Weekly Options. Welcome back to the channel. It is Tuesday, September 23rd, and we are approximately 6 minutes from market open. We're just looking quickly here at the ES chart, the ES futures, and we are just in a very tight range overnight. This was yesterday's price action, the high and the low of yesterday, and then overnight we've just kind of been very tight at the top of this range. We'll come down here to the 15-minute chart and just take a look at this. We've just really bounced around within really a 10-point, 12-point range here. Not a lot of activity. I wouldn't mind personally if we rolled over a little bit and did some activity and conducted some business in this area around the 37.35, I'm sorry, the 67.35 area. S&P, that will be kind of coming in here right around maybe 66.80. That would be, I think, a fairly healthy thing today, so I wouldn't mind a pullback. We'll see if the market pulls back a little bit or if it keeps going. But, yesterday the market just was grinding higher. Everyone was buying calls. There weren't a lot of people looking in the other direction. But the VIX was up yesterday. And as I mentioned, that always makes me a little bit antsy. It's kind of like people doing musical chairs, and they all know the music's about to stop any minute. And so there's a little bit of nervous excitement in the air. And a lot of times when that goes on, I just like to go ahead and just get my seat early. That way I'm assured of a seat. And when the music stops, aka the market pulls back, then I'm ready for it. So I've got a sizable cash position today. I do have a few puts on SPX, and I am long in some other things. There's a little bit of things to be aware of today. It looks like Powell is speaking today at 9:35 Pacific time, and he's going to be making some comments anytime he speaks. Then the market listens. So that's something to kind of be aware of. So we'll just bear that in mind as we go through the day. We'll just kind of look and see what some of these things are doing. Looks like Generac is just modestly up 0.03 of 1% in the pre-market. No trades on Duke Energy. We were out of JNUG today. But JNUG is also just going to open higher, another 2.69%. But hey, I had to take my profits yesterday because I was up quite a bit, and we could have been opening down 2%, but that's how trading goes. Kind of once you look at things, you just kind of have to move on. Like take this. This is Nvidia. We got out of Nvidia yesterday, and it looks like they're opening down almost 1%. Reddit, we're in Reddit. We're going to be opening down a little bit today. We'll have to watch that carefully. Looks like Sats or Echo Star is going to be opening up about 1.5% today, which is nice. Want to see some action out of that. We were watching Tapestry yesterday. Let's see if I can find that. Tapestry is going to be opening down just a little bit, so we did not pull the trigger in this, but the 21 days kind of bunching up a little bit, getting closer to the 100-day moving average. We're seeing a little bit of correction activity in here, a little sideways consolidation over the past over the past day, and we'll see if this thing heads north today. But that's just something I'm watching. So we'll be back when the market opens. I've got some other things to do today, so I may not be as actively trading, but I've got some take profits set to trigger if that indeed happens today. And I'm also watching the market in general. So we'll see how the market goes as we open. So I've been looking at silver with envy, ticker symbol SLV, and I had a very lovely trade going on in silver, got out, I think maybe as much as 2 weeks ago, maybe. And since then, silver's just continued to go up. We're seeing a little bit of a pullback here. We had a nice gap up and we've pulled back. Even with this little pullback on the day, these are the 15-minute candles. Silver's still up about 0.2%. But I'm thinking that this might just represent a little opportunity to start nibbling again at silver. So I think what I'm going to do is look out to the December calls, go somewhere deep in the money, maybe at the 80 Delta strike, and maybe do like a quarter size, because I do want some exposure to silver. Part of my thesis for this is that I enjoy investing in silver and gold as a pretty good hedge. And I like the fact that there's, I would say, minimal counterparty risk. These are just metals that exist and have value. And I think having a little bit of this in your portfolio is good. And I think you can trade around the position a little bit by trading SLV and GLD. And so I think I'll take a little nibble right here, quarter size position, deep in the money, December calls, give it a little bit of time to run, and let's kind of see how this goes. Okay, so I actually went around the 70 Delta calls and got a pretty good fill. So I'm now long SLV, and I just went quarter size because I don't like to chase, but I do think that this is an established momentum trend here and it's got room to run. So I'm now in the position. So I've been looking at META right here. This is the 4-hour chart of META. We are in the linear regression channel, ascending. We are pulled back to right around the 21 period moving average. And META's a good company. So I think I like this as a position. And so I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and establish a long position here in META. And we're going to see how this works for a swing trade. So long META. Well, folks, we're at the end of the trading day. And as you can see, I bought my puts here yesterday and we traded all the way to the top of yesterday's range. And then this morning we sold all the way off, came all the way down through the range, tagging the bottom levels of yesterday's range, chopping around for a bit before ending at a level of 66.56 on the day. And right around here was when I was forced to sell my puts because I had to step away from my computer and I couldn't monitor the rest of this activity. And as you can see, I was definitely right on the direction. As I was saying on yesterday's video, I was a little bit unsettled by the fact that the VIX was positive yesterday, even as we were making all of these gains in the market yesterday. And whenever I see that the VIX is positive and then the market's going up and it's kind of thinly traded, I think that's right for a pullback. We got that today. I was right on the direction, a little bit early on the timing, but not too early. And I did get a little bit of profit on this trade, but if I could have hung in there for the rest of the day, I could have really done well. But it's one of the setups I like to trade, and I think it would have worked very well today. And indeed, I did eke out a small profit on SPX and SPY. So that's the end of the day. Let's go ahead and look at the Kinfo and see how the month of trading is coming along. Well, folks, we'll take a final look at the Kinfo here and we'll look at the monthly calendar. As you can see, for the month of September, I've amassed a total of realized gains of $485,000 for the month of September, including $66,000 over the first 2 trading days of this week. We've got 3 more trading days to go, and hopefully I can increase this. It would be nice to end the month with a tidy sum of $500,000 of realized gains. However, I understand that trading is a journey and nothing ever goes up in a straight line. Every day is a battle to challenge yourself to be a better trader and to continue to book those realized gains. And that's what I hope to do over the course of the rest of the week. Well, let me know down in the comments below. What are you trading this week? Are you finding success in the markets? And where are you finding your profits this week in the market? Please let me know down below. And while you're down there, please hit the subscribe button and the thumbs up button, and that'll help share this video with other people who are like-minded traders. Well, folks, that's all I've got for today. And until next time, happy trading.